Hi, this is Keith Davidson at Albertson and Davidson. In this video, I'm going to give you a brief overview of what a trust is and how it works. And so typically what happens is husband and wife want to create a trust, and a trust is really just a separate entity to hold husband and wife's assets. So the husband and wife are going to be known as the settlors. Settlor just means trust creator. That's all that means, because they've settled the trust. And so they're going to create this trust, and they're going to take all of their assets, their money, their house, everything they own, and they're going to transfer it into the trust. The way that they transfer it into the trust is they put it into the name of the trustee. The trustee is the trust manager. That's the person who's going to manage these assets. And typically, when husband and wife create a trust, husband and wife will be trustee during their lifetime. They're going to be the ones who manage the assets. Well, that's no different from what happened before they had a trust. They managed their own assets before the trust. Once it's in the trust, they're going to manage their own assets as trustee. But there's a separate group of people now besides the trustee, and that's the beneficiaries. The beneficiaries are the people who are going to receive the benefit of these assets, as opposed to the trustee, who's the legal owner. The trustee makes all the ownership decisions, when to buy, when to sell, what to invest in. The beneficiaries receive all of the money that flows off of those decisions. So when a husband and wife create a trust, they're usually the trustees of that trust, and they're also usually the sole beneficiaries of that trust during their lifetime. So they manage the assets as the legal owner, but they also get the benefit of those assets as the beneficiaries. Once mom and dad pass, then the beneficiaries typically are going to be the children. And so let's say they had 3 children. Now the beneficiaries are going to be divided up into thirds, and everybody's going to be a beneficiary of these assets that are in this trust. But the children may not be the trustee. Maybe one of them is trustee. Maybe none of them are trustee. Maybe they have a trusted friend. We'll call that trusted friend Bob. And so after mom and dad are gone, Bob steps in. Now he's the trust manager. He has to manage all of this, oversee it, and do what the trust terms tell him to do. And if the trust terms say, hey, Bob, once you take over, we want you to give the assets equally to our 3 kids, and they can have those assets outright once they reach age 25, then that's what Bob does, is he manages the assets, and as the kids turn 25, he gives each child their share of the trust estate. So really what a trust does is it holds the title to the assets, and it separates out the legal owner from the beneficial owner, the trustees from the beneficiaries. But ultimately, at the very end of the day, the trust is going to terminate at some point, and when it does, the assets will pass out to the beneficiaries, and then the beneficiaries would have to create their own trust if they want to keep this type of planning going. So that's a basic overview of what a trust is and how it works.
Albertson and Davidson is here to help you fight for your inheritance. Check out aldavlaw.com for our complete library of helpful legal videos and articles from your favorite California trust and will litigation law firm, Albertson and Davidson, LLP.